Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election that was held on February 25, 2023, and the result controversially announced on March 1st, 2023. And the beneficiary of that announcement is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that announcement was challenged at the Presidential Election Petition Court, from where the petitioners not satisfied have moved to the Supreme Court. Now, one of the major petitioners, this time Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, had gone to the court in Chicago, Illinois, to bring proof that this certificate, Chicago State University certificate, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission as part of his documents that qualifies him for the election, that it was forged. So Atiku went to Chicago State University by subpoena, and the court eventually agreed with him that the academic records of Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be provided to him. And Judge Nancy Maldonado did the needful, and the documents were handed to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we now have a trove of information on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's years or not at Chicago State University. That is what we are going to talk about in this video, because what we are talking about here has to do with the information that came out from Chicago. That is what we are going to talk about, because that information, which was that Bola Ahmed Tinubu forged his document based on the deposition by the Chicago State University registrar, Caleb Westberg, that they don't know where Tinubu got the certificate that he presented to INEC. They don't know where he got it from, that they are not party to it. However, there are all kinds of information propaganda on the matter. This is fueled partly because the Chicago State University also admitted that Tinubu was their student and that he graduated from their university. But they also indicated that the certificate in INEC, which is the most important thing, didn't come from them. Now, one of the global establishments that have taken notice of this back and forth about Tinubu's certificate with INEC is the BBC. And the BBC is running what they call a global disinformation campaign, which they carry out so-called investigation on information that are trending to find out whether they are really true or not. And in the course of doing that, recently the British Global Information Team said that he found no evidence that the Chicago State University diploma that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission was fake. Now, since this information came out, the people in the camp of Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been celebrating. But some of us also are looking at it that it's ironic that they are celebrating BBC now. The same BBC in a past report did indicate that Peter Obi was the actual winner of Rivers State presidential election results, and they tabulated their result from the INEC IRIF to prove or to show proof that Peter Obi won Rivers State, which was allocated to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That time they published that report, the supporters of Tinubu and the APC rejected that report. But now they are celebrating this. But what we're going to look at very well here is who between the BBC and Chicago State University is in a position to clear Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the allegation of forgery. But it is also important that we look at the story behind the story. Now, this report that was done clearing Tinubu of this allegation by the BBC they were authored by Nigerians who works for BBC. Okay? They are authored by Nigerians. So there are also the likelihood of their individual and collective biases in this so-called clearance of Tinubu of the allegation of forgery. Okay? And those that did these reports, the Nigerians that did it include Olaronke Alo, Fauzia Tukru, and Chigozie Nong. These are all bearing Nigerian names. They are the ones that did this report that cleared Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, for those of you who may not know about this Olaronke Alo, she used to be a former staff member of the Television Continental TVC that is alleged to be owned by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of APC and the beneficiary of the March 1st announcement by INEC, and now the sitting president until the Supreme Court says otherwise. He used to work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you can also say that she has a vested interest to see to the clearance of her former boss. That's what some people are also claiming. She used to present the TVC program, Fashion Finest Africa, and Wake Up Nigeria. So you can therefore see that, look at it that, are they truly detached from the story, or they are part of the story, those who clear Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Okay, and there are also a lot of grounds to be suspicious of the report. For example, when they wanted the deposition for the report, they contacted Frank Shaibu, who is the spokesperson of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and he supplied it to them. But if you read the report, they claim that when they contacted the team of Atiku Abubakar to speak on behalf of Atiku, he said they declined to comment. How could the people who supply you the information you supposedly use to arrive at your conclusion refuse to speak when they were the one that made available the deposition from the Chicago State University to you, which shows that they are insincere in their reports, because that alone has put K-leg or suspicion in the sincerity of their reports. Okay? And of course, like Shaib also pointed out in a recent interview with the Channels Television, they disregarded the conflicting certificates, 3 conflicting certificates in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's name. And they refused to even take cognizance of the fact of when Tinubu applied. All they were interested in was to show the similarity between the certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to INEC and with previous certificates that was awarded by Chicago State University in the 2000s. But the certificate that Tinubu submitted was in 1979. In 1979 certificate, but was given a replacement in the 1990s. Okay, which is 2 different types of certificates. But he was using the certificate that was awarded in the 2000, saying that since Tinubu's certificate is similar to that was awarded in the year 2000s, that there is nothing wrong with it, that it is not fake. But that is not the position of Atiku Abubakar and the Chicago State University, because this certificate that was awarded to Chicago State University, that Chicago State University awarded to Tinubu, was the replica of what was given to Enahoro Eba. So BBC arrived at this conclusion by looking at the wordings of the certificate that was issued in the 2000s with that of the 1979s. So they were entirely two different set of documents. They were entirely two different set of documents. So it's a strange development. It was entirely two different. And yet BBC was able to go ahead to confirm that certificate because of that similarity with the ones that the Chicago State University issued in the 2000s. That it is clear, it is the same thing. There's nothing wrong with it. This is despite the fact that the present president of Chicago State University was among the signatories of the one that was signed, that Tinubu submitted to INEC, and the man became president in 2018. So how could he be signed Tinubu's certificate? So these are the conflicting issues. But that is even by the way, because what we are looking at in this report is this: who is in a position to declare the certificate of Tinubu cleared of allegation of corruption, of forgery? The certificate that he submitted to INEC, who is in a position? Is it the BBC or is it Chicago State University? Now, remember that recently, when the Chief Justice of the Federation, Olukayoda Arewola, was swearing in new High Court judges, he said that the judiciary don't rely on public opinion, that they rely on the law to be able to arrive at their judgments. So those who are talking about saying anything they are saying in the public domain, that it doesn't matter to them. What matters is the law. Now, this issue, if they can stick to that. If they can stick to that, it means that they are going to rely on what the Chicago State University says, because Chicago State University is in a better position to determine whether the certificate that was given to that Tinubu submitted to INEC, purportedly from them, is fake or genuine. Now, if that is the case, that the law says that it is only the university, Chicago State University, that could clear Tinubu of forgery, and the university also confirmed this by saying that they don't know where Tinubu got the certificate he presented to INEC, it therefore means that Chicago State University has expressly stated that what was submitted to INEC was forgery. Because let us look at the classic definition of forgery by the Nigerian Supreme Court, as was defined in the case of Aggie versus PDP. Here, the Supreme Court had defined forgery as bringing or presenting or attaching or submitting a document not made by the agency which is purported to have made such a document. In this case, the agency is Chicago State University. They have said they did not make the report sheet or the result that Tinubu submitted, that it didn't come from there. So based on this definition by the Supreme Court, which is what the law says, it means that it is only the Chicago State University that can define what is forgery by their deposition, which they have done by dissociating themselves from the certificate that Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. So they are the ones that are in a position, and the law and the judgment of Supreme Court of Nigeria has also validated their position, that it is they that stand in a position to say whether what Tinubu submitted to INEC was fake or genuine. Severally, we have seen it where people forge WAEC certificate. It is WAEC officials that are invited to come and disprove the claim or not. It is not a report by media organizations like BBC that is used. It is the report from WAEC, the issuing authority that purportedly issued the certificate, that always is the last man standing in determining which way to go. And in this case, Chicago State University is the right source and not BBC to determine whether Tinubu forged academic document which he submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.